They lined us up in white rooms, names gone, numbers sewn in, steel in the rib cage, fire under the skin. You kissed my wrist goodbye. I learned to stand still at the edge of the morning. We were made to be killed, and they said, hold on, be the wall, be the blade. But I still hear my mother in the wires they lay. Super soldiers break my bones, super soldiers let me go. We were built to hold the line, now we want hear me now. Super soldiers take the crown. If you made me from your fear, I will burn that fear down. Boots on the loading bay, rain on the concrete. We marched through the sirens with the news in our teeth. One boy from Glasgow, one girl from the coast. We looked like a war machine, but we missed home the most. And they said, smile, be the face on the screen. But my hands keep shaking for the life in between. Super soldiers break my bones, super soldiers let me go. We were built to hold the line, now we want our own lives. Super soldiers hear me now. Super soldiers take the crown. If you made me from your fear, I will burn that fear down. I was your halo of glass, your obedient stone. Now I want a warm hand, a name of my own. Keep your medals, keep your gold. I'm not your machine, I'm a soul in a super soldiers break my bones. Super soldiers let me go. We were built to hold the line, now we want our own lives. Super soldiers hear me now. Super soldiers take the crown. If you made me from your fear, I will burn that fear down. Super soldiers, one by one. Super soldiers, we are done. We were made in iron sleep, now we wake up free.
There was land on the edge of nowhere, and a voice on a glowing screen said, build it outside the system, said, this is what freedom means. They came with hope in their pockets and stories they wanted to prove. A crowd could feel like a family when everyone believes the same truth. uni, they call it a stand. But a vision gets heavy when it's held in one hand. Welcome to the Terrio, where dream meets the ground, where the words sound louder than the silence around. You don't see the fault lines till the camera rolls back. This ain't a promise they sold you, but it's a story after the ad. After what bears in the comments, there were rules without names. Loyalty felt like shelter till it started to feel the same. Every joke had a lesson, every line had a side. And if you laughed at the wrong moment, you were standing outside. Who decides what's betrayal? Who decides what's a test? When a movement calls itself truth, what happens to the rest? This is Beertaria. After the stream fades out, after the lead stays quiet and the believers sort it out. You don't leave with nothing, you don't leave unchanged. This ain't the myth they handed you, it's what remains.
All right, welcome to Not My Rabbit Hole, and I'm probably going to say some things tonight that's going to kind of rock the boat. We kind of do that here on Not My Rabbit Hole, but, I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to talk about, what really is, what I think it is, and what it is. And I want to talk about Adam Camacho tonight. For a bit. We're going to start with Adam Camacho, then we're going to go into some Sarah Rachel Adams stuff, but I'm going to address Adam Camacho right now. Unfortunately, this is not really a story that I wish that I would have. It's not a story. It's a truth that I wish wasn't the reality. But I don't know, maybe like a week ago or so. I've been kind of sitting on this information for a while, maybe a week, just kind of processing what I'm dealing with here. And I'm going to start with this. Pandora Awake. It's a profile that I had originally blocked because I saw them associated with this troll group like a long time ago. Adam Camacho contacted me and said, "Oh, she's a good person. She's part of this. Why don't you go ahead and unblock her?" And so I did. I haven't really blocked them yet, again, but I probably will because I'm not really wanting to be associated with any of these players here. But Pandora Awake made a comment on a video about Liz Moldovan where she admits that she gets a full refund from Owen Benjamin when she was on my show, okay? And I made a short out of it. I use StreamYard, and if you have StreamYard, if you have one of the plans, it gives you so many, it automatically AI will make shorts for you. And sometimes I re-upload my shorts that are from some of my live streams with just nuggets of information. Because a lot of people aren't going to listen to a full-on live stream to get all the information that you really want for people to get out there. And one of those things was the fact that Liz admitted to getting a full refund from Owen Benjamin. And when I interviewed Adam Camacho, and I'm pretty sure it's within that interview that, in the Bertari documentary footage that Adam Camacho documented, there's a portion where Liz is making a big deal about how she donated to the first pitch for purchasing land that had already had cabins built on it and this and that. And she gave $400 for that. But apparently she gave that $400 broken up into these different types of ways to donate to Owen Benjamin that didn't equate to the $400 that she donated for this particular project. That deal fell through, and Liz wanted her money back, and she was vocal about it. And then Adam Camacho, being the filmmaker, the documentary filmmaker, filmed Owen Benjamin talking about it, and they were all kind of dishing Liz and stuff like that. Well, when there was a falling out with Adam Camacho and Owen Benjamin went over to the Liz camp, which also involved Hoax, Daniel Richard Columbus, and some various other types of personalities that are connected to the Predator Catcher group. Let's just throw Telly out there, Eon Will, whatever. There's a whole cluster, our favorite guy, Top Feed Coco, all these personalities were clustered around Adam Camacho. And when Owen Benjamin went on Liz's show, Liz was doing some fundraising for him. And then, Adam has talked about the flip where Liz flipped and went against Adam Camacho, and then almost sudden everybody was against Adam Camacho, and it looked like Liz was kind of pivoted in the Owen Benjamin case that would actually benefit Owen Benjamin. And that was kind of like a narrative that has gone on around the time that that I asked Liz about the lawsuit, and she was willing to come in and talk to me about the lawsuit on my channel. Okay. And so Pandora Wake makes this big issue, like, well, if you're going to be a journalist and, you're really serious, why didn't you investigate to see if what Liz said was actually really real, and you need to know whether or not she really gave, if Owen Benjamin really gave her those donations. And I'm like, well, from the standpoint of this show, and also from the standpoint of journalism, quoting her, she said it. I gave her attribution. She said it on the show. If you guys don't believe her and you feel that this is integral to the lawsuit or whatever you're trying to prove, and you want to prove that Liz is not telling the truth, then I said, knock yourself out. You come to me, you tell me that this is disinformation. I will update the correct information. For me right now, I don't think that particular aspect of that interview really is worth my time to go in and try to say, hey, did she really get the refund? I guess I could, call Owen Benjamin up. I don't know if he'd ever really respond to me and try to find that out. But I really don't think that that's a reason to gaslight me and say, oh, you're a shitty journalist because, you have, you didn't want to, why would I think that Liz would be lying to me about that? Right? I mean, if she did lie, okay, then that's your agenda. You go out and you knock yourself out and you find that out and you find out whether or not Liz lied or not. At which point, Adam Camacho and I had a conversation, and he was telling me about who Pandora Wake was, and how she was like a 68-year-old woman, and she was all up in this, and she's really good at doing all these research about people and this and that. I'm like, okay. But what I thought was interesting was when he mentioned how Pandora was instrumental in institutionalizing Nathan Stoltman. And I thought, well, that's interesting. That's an interesting little crink in the story. I don't know if I really think that's such a great thing that she did. If that's true. Now, here's what I thought was kind of like, this is what disappointed me, okay? So after that, because we have a conversation, I'm like, okay, so I asked Adam, where do you think you're going with this? Like, you've got the lawsuit. Apparently, I don't think it's going well right now for him in this lawsuit or whatever, the lawyer and the whole situation or whatever, the support that he's having. I feel bad You know, I was like, gee, I'm frustrated for that, you know, that this is not working out the way that you expected on this. But what is your end game about using, like, involving yourself with this drama that's happening on the internet? Like, how is that helping your lawsuit against Owen Benjamin? And you know, I really didn't get a response from that from him. Then I get a call a few days later, and he's telling me that, well, you know, Terry, your channel really isn't that big, and you know, no one's really listening, and so you in order to have your numbers be pumped up, you should allow Telly in your chat and fuck with you. He didn't say fuck with me, but basically that's what it is. And just play it off and this and that. Let these trolls come in, and you know, it's going to somehow help my channel. And I'm like, ew, 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 really? Like, I'm going to sell out to this drama, this unnecessary drama, so that I can pump my numbers up on my channel. Isn't that really unauthentic, really? Isn't that kind of like, wouldn't that just make me part of the big troll network that's out there? And let me tell you something. I do not want to break bread with Hoax, who has taken upon himself to lie about my moderator's children showing up on my show and saying that I was trafficking them on a New Year's Eve stream. Not New Year's, it was Christmas Eve stream. And, you know, like last year, I believe. Oh, no, I'm not impressed with that. I'm not breaking bread with that. In fact, I'd like to really, you know, if I were to sue people, which I'm getting ready to do that, I would put Daniel Richard Columbus on my sue list because he breaks bread with Thomas Schoenberger. Hoax has made Thomas Schoenberger the man of the year in 2023. You remember that, guys? Oh, yeah, I'm sure you probably do. I'm not going to look at my chat right now because I really don't give a shit what people are going to say in my chat. I didn't want to know because I just want to say this. Excuse me. I just want to say this. But I was like, what is this? What are you proposing for me to be involved with on my channel? Adam Camacho? Huh? Yeah. Okay. Then he contacts me like a day later and shows me this dialogue that he has with Thomas Schoenberger. And now Thomas Schoenberger's like trashing me. He goes, oh, Terry's a great person, blah, 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 blah. And then he tries to like negotiate me some sort of deal with Thomas Schoenberger of me making an apology to him. And in Adam's mind, that means, oh, I'm just trying to help you out, so you don't have to go through any legal thing. I'm just going to try to help you out right now. So let me just read. Let me just read. He sent me a chat GPT template to make this apology to Thomas Schoenberger as a template of how I can fix things with Thomas Schoenberger. Let me just pull this up here. And this is the template. I'm just going to go ahead and read it. It's Thomas, comma. And I would never say this, so this is just a template. This is what I could have said to Thomas Schoenberger. I want to publicly apologize that some of the conclusions and connections I made may not have been fair or accurate. In the middle of online conflict, speculation, frustration, and emotion, things escalated further than they should have. I said things about you that were insulting and hostile, just as you said things about me as a certain point, it stops helping anyone. I think we both caught up in the cycle of reacting to each other instead of trying to understand where the other person was coming from. While we may never fully agree on everything that had happened, I do recognize that not every disagreement or association means there's some larger coordinated agenda behind it. At the end of the day, we actually share many similar interests. And when it comes to conspiracy research, media analysis, questioning narratives, and discussing controversial subjects, I would rather focus my energy on my own channel, my own work, and the topics I care about than continue revealing old drama and personal conflict. So, I like to move forward peacefully and respectfully. I have no desire to continue attacking you publicly or in making you a topic on my channel. And I hope the same courtesy can be extended in return. I genuinely wish you well moving forward. What the fuck, dude? What a fucking insult, Adam. What a fucking insult. Go fuck off. I'm gonna play another song on that.
Born in the shadows of Canterbury skies, eyes wide open to invisible lies. He spoke of men made into machines, of gods in suits and laboratory dreams, saying you got to know what they won't show, and you got to know what they won't show. Yeah. He said the media would be their domain, to plant the fear and the anger and hate. And a king would come and divide us in two and put our souls under his black leather boot, saying you got to know what they won't show, and you got to know what they won't show. Yeah. He warned of the New World Order, and it was hard to ignore. He called out the governments of the world, and he swore he'd take them down. Yeah. Now, I met this man in the late 1990s at a town hall in a place called St. Helens, in a time when we thought the war was done, when the good guys had won. Yeah.
So let me tell you what I think. All right. I think Adam Camacho used the troll network, used hoax, is now in bed with hoax, So I guess like he wants me to make up with Thomas Schoenberger so I can be like a hoax troll with him, right? Like, I'm sorry, but I'm not Arturo Tafoya, all right? I'm not a fucking sellout like that.
Whenever I get a ping, I think about my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I'm a big wiener because I got a big Peter.
My ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I like my ding-a-ling-a-ling. I don't have to be smart. I already got the part. Let me show you my ding-a-ling before I depart. I got the power. I'm the man of the hour. All I have to do is step out of the shower and see my ding-a-ling-a-ling. Oh, I'm the king. It's good to be the king with my big ding-a-ling.
Because here's how I see it. I see that Adam Camacho used this group as a rally against Owen Benjamin. I'm not an Owen Benjamin fan. I disagree with what Owen Benjamin's been doing. But Adam has made his own bet. Okay? All right. So here's something else that I want to share. You know, Sarah Art Adams is sitting around going on these shows saying that she, she had brain damage and, a heart attack from the mushroom ritual, which is untrue. And because of this, I thought it would be really great to just go ahead and replay the police recordings, just without my commentary, just pure police recordings of like what really took place with the police investigation and the raw footage. So I'm going to start to play this so you can hear the truth. Again, this is a show about truth. You can hear exactly what happened following the mushroom ritual and what she said to the police the next day that she was in the, one of them actually takes place in the hospital. I don't know which one is I'm going to play first, but here's one of the recordings, and I'm just going to go ahead and play them. Oh, wait. Hold on. Yeah. I don't know why there's no sound, but it'll get there.
She was like really wanting to do
Here we go.
Feeling better from yesterday?
Oh, God, yes. I'm just so glad to just. Yeah. How are you today?
No, not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, when I tell you to be able to be in your right mind, just you're way more.
Nothing like being in control of your own mind, no. Nothing like it.
Yeah. Like never again.
Is that you, Adam, in the chat? Because you're telling me I sound insane. No, I'm telling the truth. You want me to show the screenshots, Adam? Because I will. Okay? Screw off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, no, that was scary.
What you said?
Yes, please, absolutely. And if you need me to close the door, it's too loud.
Oh, it's nice out there.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely.
So, this was fun.
Yes, so I just wanted to personally do. Well, originally I was gonna have my friend come in. She was like really wanting to do a statement bad, and when I was on the phone, she asked if I wanted to do a statement too, and I said I don't mind. So even if maybe it helps for all of us to do statements, so I could start with one, and she should be back shortly. She thought she had to
Who
go.
is this?
Sarah, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is she, okay, so she's out of the hospital?
Yes. Yeah, she came out.
Okay.
Yeah. So she should be back here within the next.
We'll just shut this one.
Yeah, that's what I was. It's probably a little too loud. Sorry about that. Yeah. And if I need to close that one, was if it rains.
All right. So just so you know, we are audio and video recording, so that makes it a lot easier for us. If there's anything that we miss,
Absolutely.
this will catch.
Yes.
So I have these little witness statements right here
All right.
that I can have you, your wife, and Sarah, which comes back if she wants to fill out. I have a few, so if you need, if you need to be able to write more, I'll give you a second.
Perfect. Thank you.
My pens are in the card. You have a pen on your brother? So my pens are in the card. You know what I mean? I still have my pens in my travel stuff.
We do. Something you
That's a
forgot
thief
about.
right there.
That's amazing.
Thank you. All right. So we have these two. So basically what you're going to do, you're just going to put your name, first and last name, today's date, the time is just 4 o'clock. Leave the case number blank. And then just from start to
It's
finish.
not the same
once
key
you
from
were-
yesterday, right?
No.
Just making sure.
This is ginger tea.
Start to finish what you remember.
Perfect.
And like I said, if you go over the lines, don't worry about this again. Just keep continuing on.
All right. Perfect.
Okay? And I will give you one too. I didn't catch your name.
Amanda.
Amanda.
Maybe this is. This is
Oh, you're so sweet.
Amanda and
Jason.
Yes.
Are both of these for me, or is it both?
If you need
It's just if you need more room.
Oh,
That's all it is.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right. So we will. I'm going to type in. We'll hear if you guys say anything. Like I said, you're being recorded right now, so
Perfect. Thank
I
you.
can catch what you need to say.
Do we write it first and then tell you? Or should we do both?
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, all right.
We're here for y'all, so we're reading it.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
And then 4 p.m. for the time.
And what's the date?
22nd.
2nd? I fill this out too, right? Under witness?
I'll leave that blank for right now.
Okay, perfect.
Yep. I'll go over that with you once you guys are done.
Okay, perfect.
There's a big stall point here. Hang in there. And Sarah's gonna walk in here. No brain
How long
damage,
did you
no
guys
heart
say?
attack. Okay.
It's like 4 days, I think. Yeah, so I think
No
we'll
brain
be tomorrow.
damage, no heart
Well, depending
attack,
on if you can have that
as she
done.
claims she suffered from. In her interviews on Titus Cross and Coley's UFO channel. Okay? No brain damage,
It's all
no
okay
heart
if I
attack.
can't.
It's all good.
They're all filling out paperwork. Sarah has been lying about this. This is the proof that Sarah Rachel Adams is lying on Titus Frost Show and Coley Weber's UFO channel.
How do you spell facilitate?
Cool.
I'll just say hosting. I'll just say hosting.
It's a big word. Four-years education. Can't comprehend that.
Might be data education can't comprehend that.
Go out.
Even Saturday, we went fishing, we couldn't go offshore. another pen?
They had to go back the next day. The camera guy obstructed them from calling 911. They're basically giving their testimony to the police about what's going on here. So I'm just trying to like fill in this dead space as it's coming up, but it's going to come up.
Yeah.
Now this is Amanda Harvey and Joe
Sarah,
Harvey.
good to see you awake.
Thank you.
That's Sarah. No brain damage. No brain damage.
Way better. These are like the first time I had these specific shrooms, which is like not normal because I like done other shoe journeys.
Mhm.
And yeah, that was. These are the things like. Okay.
So basically, what I just told your friends is this is you are being audio and video recording just for us to be able to replay if we need anything during these statements. But these are just going to be our department witness statements. So
Yeah.
like I'm having them do is just
It's for our cameraman, right?
what's that?
Our
So this is right now. This is just painting us a picture of what exactly happened.
okay, yeah.
Okay,
So,
from
okay.
when the night began to blessing you remember.
Okay, perfect. Do you
Okay.
guys have another pen or no?
Here's some extra ones.
Thank
Um,
you.
Like I told them, if you go over these lines, there's another piece right here. Just continue on.
Okay.
All right.
They're still writing. It'll pick up here in a minute. You know, unfortunately, Sarah doesn't realize that there's actual police reporting.
Which might be a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah.
And evidence against her. This is proof. This is a receipt, Sarah.
You all did a good job cleaning up in here. You never even know something happened.
We're doing our best.
What's that movie where they go to Vegas and they get so messed up?
Oh, Jason was just telling me about that.
I'm sorry. In any of this, there's no mention of a heart attack. If she had brain damage, would she be able to come here the next day and do this and fill out paperwork? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. What do you guys think?
You guys the hangover? Oh my
And then I try to
god.
go back and find out what happened.
I was calling you and you were like, what happened this morning?
That's so funny. You had a hangover experience.
Yeah, true hangover experience.
Terrible.
Yeah, it was a crazy night.
It was terrible.
It'll probably be the craziest night of my life.
I'm never doing that again.
Crazy night. I'm never doing that again. It was a crazy night. I got brain damage. It was a crazy night, but I got brain damage. According to Sarah, as she says on Titus Ross' show. Crazy night gave me brain damage. What do you say, Titus? Did you watch this before you put her on your show? Huh?
And I felt
Curious.
something was wrong. I was trying to like force swallow myself, but I was too out of like consciousness to like. Yeah, I was trying.
Mr. Truth Guy, Mr. Truth Titus. Mr. Truth Media. brain damage. She can hold a pen in her hand. Articulate. Mark's really boring. See. But I don't want to mess it up because I don't want to, have anybody say, "Oh, you know what? You moved it." She says she had brain damage and a heart attack last night, but whatever. So we're gonna go through the dead spots just to show what a liar you guys are, and this woman. Shame on you, Titus, Thomas, Sarah. Oh, I'm being bullied. No, this is the facts. You're a liar, Sarah. You're a grifter. There's been harming a lot of people, calling CPS, contacting people's colleges, trying to get them expelled with her lies. Ain't that right, Sarah Rachel Adams? Huh? Accusing me of essaying you? Really? Okay.
I have no idea.
D, capital D, and then A, and then capital R, and E, M, E, N.
Oh, it's the
Mm-hmm.
D-A,
Mm-hmm. And then capital R.
R, capital R,
Mm-hmm. Then E, M,
E-N.
E, N. Mm-hmm.
She can write. Sarah can spell. Fill out her paperwork right now.
He tried to help me. He like stuck his finger to go stick your fingers down my throat and make me vomit. So he tried to help me.
Here's the brain damage. A big beat here. I don't even want to talk anymore, but I know I have to fill in this dead space for a moment. I'm afraid to look at my chat.
So then I sign both.
So just
Oh, maybe the same thing at the top.
yeah, put the same thing on top. Just use the same date, choose the same time, and then just hit sign, and then today's date again. And don't worry about the rest of this. We'll take care of that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Just real quick before you sign, can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes.
You swear and or affirm that everything written in your statement is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, good to go.
Thank you.
They're gonna start interviewing them here in a second.
It's the 22nd.
Perfect. Thank you. Nice. Thank you so much.
I know. I have drank myself in the shower too. I know. I drank myself in the shower until I realized that the water was not helping me at all. Like I can't even feel the water.
I don't think she has brain damage, guys. There was no heart attack. Hey, Coley, why don't you play this on your channel?
Finishing up.
Huh?
You want to kind of just give us from what you can remember, just off of not writing, kind of just tell us like what happened.
Absolutely. So, and also your phone's ringing. I don't know.
Jackson, I don't know anybody in Jackson.
No problem. Yeah. So, we came here to do ceremony, mushroom ceremony, and there were 2 different kinds of mushrooms that were used. One, unfortunately, was a synthetic. One was more natural. We took the synthetic one mainly because supposedly it was a little bit more powerful, and took more than we should have. Did I have to take it? No, but I wanted to personally partake in the healing experience that my wife was taking part in, which was to help assist her with her liver, with the healing of her liver. And yeah, it just took way too much. In short,
It was supposed to be a microdose.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a microdose, and it hit like a train, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And it hit them
It's
fast.
just like it's a hybrid mushroom.
It's just like
And I
high
never experienced that before. So I think it's just like, boom. I couldn't even see you. I couldn't see anything. I just saw pure like nothingness.
Yeah, award winning in California, supposedly. Yeah, I don't know if that means anything, but yeah. So that was that, and after that,
So do you personally remember anything from?
yeah, I was actually doing pretty well on how I was keeping it together.
Yeah.
Do
Do you remember us showing up?
Yeah, absolutely. Mhm. I remember when I heard both of them seeking attention, medical attention. I think my friend Raymond, it freaked him out because he never experienced it. He's done mushrooms before. He's never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, he had a panic attack.
Yeah, he didn't even know how
I
to
thought he might have
respond.
fainted at one point because I could barely see his eyes and they were popping out. And I was like, don't pull water on me. He was like, don't pull water on me. And I'm stuck to try to bring me back, but that wasn't.
Yeah.
And he was like trying to drive me up so I could breathe. And then he dragged me to right here because I was like, get me off out of the shower. I was like fully clothed in my shower. That's still what I remember. I was like coming back, going and coming back, and I was like trying to vomit.
Yeah.
But he was trying to help me. He just freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it was just total shock because when he knocked on the door, when I was in the room with my wife, when I heard that it was a lot of remarks, being given in the hallway by Sarah, it was clearly too much. I ended up just keeping my wife isolated in the room so I could assist her, and knowing that Raymond was clearly downstairs at that time. And I just kept the door locked and kept trying to coach my wife through it and called 911. And I was glad that they were able to see where we were located at just by staying on the phone with me because I couldn't even figure out what the address was. And then at that point, you could hear the banging on the door. I could hear that she couldn't get the door open, but then she was also saying that they're also coming behind the house too. And so that's when I saw the flashlights. And then I opened my door. They didn't know what was happening. So they were like ready to move. And I just kept my hands out. I was like, no, everything's fine. My wife just assists her and Sarah's in the other room. So you guys can take
I guess I stopped breathing or something, maybe at the hospital
You
instead.
did.
I stopped breathing. So I just saw like you guys, I heard you guys because the banging of the noise kind of brought me too on the door. But I couldn't, you guys were seeing like open the door to sound like far away. I was like, I wanted to open the door, but I couldn't bring myself to do it.
Obviously, I'm sure you guys are going to request all the body cam footage and everything from that night. But you were conscious when we arrived. You were conscious. You were talking. Amanda, you were not. You were not conscious at all. I actually had my partner check a pulse on you. We didn't know if you were alive, quite frankly. You bottomed out super fast to the point where we had to intubate you right on the floor. So
I barely remember.
stick a tube down your throat so she could breathe. We could breathe for her.
I couldn't breathe. I kept saying, like, I was trying to stick I couldn't breathe. I kept trying to stick my, that's why the vomit was right there, because I was like, you gotta pump my stomach. I was like, but you guys are still passed out. He wasn't even up.
I don't know what
He wasn't even up here. That's the thing. So I was like, I couldn't breathe. I was like, we need to pump my stomach. I couldn't even like get to my phone to like dial 911.
Yeah, it was just scary all the way around. And I just remember when I let them know that they were both in there. Sarah was in the other room, my wife was in the bedroom in the bed. They told me just be seated, and I sat right there by the railing, and I just was being as compliant as possible. Scary times, but it's nice to see the world.
You were in that room back there with your wife.
Right.
You were out here, and
Right,
Correct.
I was in the shower.
okay.
So when I started to feel something was wrong and that this wasn't a normal shroom trip, I was like, okay, cold water to sober myself up. So I was in the shower alone during it was downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Does this sound like a woman who suffered brain damage?
they were in the room. Then I was like, okay,
Did she have a heart attack the night before?
I could barely crawl. I was out of consciousness and I was yelling at him, bring me ice, bring me ice. So he brought me 2 ice packs and he was like putting the ice packs on my back and head trying to bring me 2.
Mm-hmm.
But then that didn't work. I just remember like completely going out. I don't remember what exactly happened. I just went down.
Okay.
That's what happened.
And when certain trips get bad, you know it's one of those things you technically just have to ride out. But you never in a million years would think that it would get to something like that. I personally have never seen that before. I've never even seen or heard of it.
Yeah.
Mine too.
Finished up?
I wrote a novel.
Okay, did you sign it?
Do I sign it? Where do I
Sign it right
Here?
Yep, real
Let's sign
quick.
on both pieces.
Here's your right
Raise
hand.
the right hand.
You swear that everything you wrote, you swear it's the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
That's what.
You can sign the front one and the back one.
Why did I pass out? Was it just because I got poisoned from the shrooms?
I mean,
Like, why did I stop breathing?
I'm not a toxicologist, so I don't know what that crab was laced with, or that's the synthetics of what that stuff was made of. But
Yeah.
it was to the point where you were not able to breathe on your own.
That's what was happening.
You
to
got
me.
pretty erratic. Quite frankly, how many guys did it take to hold you down?
Yeah, because you were talking about being killed or killing yourself.
I was,
It took about
oh my god, it was
8
staying
people
like,
hold you
I was
down.
like caught in a state of like eternal hell. It was so crazy and I couldn't come back to the street, but I was caught and I was like, I know this isn't stop
Yeah, you're in internal hell right now, Sarah.
crazy, but there's like the devil. And then the devil was saying how people need to like laughing and saying people need to like love each other and stuff, otherwise this is what you get. And I felt that from like, it was really crazy. And then I was trying to come back and then it wouldn't let me come back. And it was like very crazy.
I will say,
Let me reiterate too that there is nothing cyberbullying or anything about like discussing and doing commentary on her police interviews or airing it or showing it. This is public it's public knowledge. We can access it. It could be reviewed. All right. So your whole thing that you're talking about on Titus and Coley Weber's show and all the rumors you're spreading about this are inaccurate. And this is what it is, Sarah. Let's get real here.
there was at minimum 2 officers or firefighter per leg.
This is something that Sarah did. She was in charge of it. She went and bought the I don't know who paid for it or whatever, but She was the person who went to the dispensary and purchased it. I believe so. And we're going to listen to the other one. She'll go into more detail in the next video. But, you know, she was the facilitator of this mushroom ritual. I have to ask, why would you choose synthetic? I wouldn't. It's not natural, but whatever.
Oh my
Holding you
gosh.
down, holding your arms down, holding your head because you were just violently shit. You were a wreck. I mean, you
We were
were.
so scared. She was supposed to be facilitating the session, and we're like, what
Yeah,
are
it
you
was,
guys supposed to do?
Yeah. So
Sarah, this was your business. This was you being the shaman. She's going to go more into detail about this. This was her business. She needs to be held responsible for her actions. She wants to blame everybody else, but take responsibility for her actions.
I mean, obviously, super thankful that you guys are all.
So, how many people, guys, help me now?
I mean, you'll see when you see the camera footage. I mean,
Probably like 6 to
I like
8
to see
people.
it.
Huh?
Probably like 6 to 8 people.
I'll do that. At one point, I had, because I was holding you up because you kept trying to throw up.
I'm so small.
I had my knee on your back,
I am
holding
so
you up,
small, though.
holding your head, and you were just violently shaking. Yeah,
I'm so small, too. Was I naked?
you were.
Both of y'all. And I kept trying to
I
like
know I
find a way
will.
to cover Amanda. And she's like, Jason.
No,
I just
because
got-
I left my warm clothes. I forgot I had washed them earlier, and
I couldn't even feel close. So I didn't know.
oh my god.
Oh my
I knew I was naked though, because and I told my husband, I was like, well, my clothes are in the wash. So I was like, it's fine. So me and my husband just went in there and I laid down and he cuddled me to make sure I was warm. And then he already told me that he was calling.
You were both kept modest once
Yeah.
we got you into the stretcher.
Thank
there.
you. I'm so
Thank
sorry.
you so much.
Of course.
I felt warm when you guys were here though. I felt so warm, but I couldn't. Can I say my story? I know.
Yeah, no.
but
This
it's
is
okay.
like I said, like you're being recorded on. This is an open conversation. So.
Okay, cool. You're so fun. But so for me, this was a healing journey for me because I was looking into like different ways on how to heal my liver. Me and my husband, we have children, and I've had surgeries and stuff, and eating bad food. I've been vegan. I almost died from being vegan. So it's just like I wanted to go more so like a holistic approach
Mhm.
without so many medicines because I've also had a lot of allergic reactions to pharmaceutical.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, well, what can I do? And so Sarah's a teacher. And
I know myself. And because I'm part Native American Blackfoot, so we like we do shamanic ceremonies. So I have like social.
yeah.
So we use like basically combo. It's medicine for crew, or we do like shroom journeys where we clear the energies and stuff, and it's like something in our culture that we do. So yeah, this one was definitely
Yeah, so she brought down the medicine and I was ready to get my healing and everything. I was prepared and she was supposed to be facilitating it, but as we see it didn't happen that way. But I was we started out on the beach and it was fine. Everything felt fine. And then I started feeling a little bit queasy. So I was like, you know what, I just want to get warm, let me go into my bed. And then I went into the shower to shower, get all the sand off of me and everything. And then I put on my warm clothes, my last pair of warm clothes. And then I saw my husband outside and I was like, oh, look at him at the beach. I'm gonna go outside with him because Sarah had come inside, I didn't know where she had gone. But I think I heard the shower water. But I had come outside. Raymond, I think he was outside as well. Because we told him to capture, because we wanted him to capture my healing journey.
I'm listening.
Oh, no, you're fine.
I'm gonna sign one.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
But so Doraemon, I believe, was outside recording some of the healing journey.
Is your
Because we asked him to heal, to record the healing journey, and we want it for like documentation purposes.
Okay.
And then what happened was I started feeling sick,
Mm-hmm.
like really sick to my stomach. was feeling overwhelming, and I told my husband, I said, we need to go inside. I don't feel well. And then when we came inside, I still didn't see Sarah, and then I saw over here, and I saw her go. And we were like, are you okay? And she was like, yes, I'm fine. And then she was like, I just need some water. And then so Raymond, he was assisting her, and he got her some water, and he was asking us if we need anything. I said, I'm fine, I just need to go lay down. So I went to go and shower again. And then I was really cold, and I felt even more sick. I felt like I was gonna not really pass out, but I was starting to feel uneasy, like I don't know what's happening to me. So I laid in my bed, and Sarah was screaming by that point. And like when on the medicine, I noticed that her frequencies, I could pick up on like the yelling, and it was affecting me. And so then I got scared, and then I started to feel my life feel like it was slipping away. And I told my husband, well, first I heard him already talking to Draymond, because I think Draymond knocked on the door because I was going in and out. And
You should check on all of us at the same time.
yeah, and so Draymond, I think from what I remember, I think he told him to go downstairs. I can't remember, because he said he doesn't feel safe, and he said he's going to call 911. And then I remember hearing Sarah say something about call 911 or like something. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I
what
was
he said,
yelling
'cause it was
like my friend was on the phone, and I was like yelling to him to
Swear to request to sign and stuff.
yeah.
Are you done with your statement?
Yeah.
You raise your right hand for me? You swear and affirm that everything written in your statement is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? All right.
And then
22nd.
and then after that, my husband had shut the door because he wanted to make sure that I was going to be okay and safe. And so he was kind of guiding me through it, trying to keep me aware and awake. He said, they're already on their way. Don't worry, the paramedics are coming. And I don't really remember much, but I could hear people speaking, but I couldn't feel my body. I couldn't feel my body at all. And then I remember hearing the door open and hearing people come inside. I don't remember feeling them really do anything to my arms. I didn't know I had any needles in me or anything. I felt them touch my pulse, and they would ask me a question, and sometimes I was able to bring myself back to even answer it, like slightly. I was able to like say it, and then even in the ambulance, I was not there, but sometimes I would drop back in and I would be present.
I don't even
And
remember.
yeah,
I don't remember any of it. I don't remember getting out of here or anything.
yeah. I remember going to the hospital. I just remember
Yeah,
being
we had
carried.
cameramen because I'm doing a show for Vice too about like shamanic killings, so they wanted some of the footage. It was supposed to just like be a pleasant.
Yeah, literally microdose. It was supposed to be a healing journey,
Yeah,
and I've never
I
tried
have
that
those
before.
shrooms that
So
are like
yeah,
way higher.
Done with it?
Yeah, it's the 0.
It's the 22nd of October.
10:22.
so 10:22.
I mean, the time when we started was 4 p.m.
When did you guys first ingest the shrooms before calling 911?
4 p.m. At 4 p.m.
It was
actually.
4, I think.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like a little bit past 4.
But and we
They
ate
called like 6:30.
like we ate fruit too,
Yeah, lots
to
of
like
fruit.
try to like keep it so it wasn't so like drastic.
Yeah.
But apparently, I guess maybe like I really think it's the intensity of the shrooms. Yeah.
I know it's so cold in here. Yeah.
But we didn't go for like, it didn't take that long because we didn't go out I didn't go out for a while. First we were on the beach and once we took them. So it was, at first it was like really pleasant, right? And then boom, that's when I got back in here.
It just hit out of nowhere.
That's where I hit out of nowhere.
And all of us got sick. Even my husband. And I'm surprised he held on so hard to make sure that he was being calm to guide me, because he had some as well, because he was supporting me because of she was saying something about the energetic connection with his support, how it can help me. And so he said, okay, I'm going to support my wife. And it just did not go well at all. But the Raymond, he didn't do anything.
Yeah, he
He
did.
literally when they said he was arrested, I was like, what?
I couldn't even find.
Yeah, we didn't know. Well, of course I didn't know, but
What happened is I collapsed a little right there, then I sat up and I saw this black shadow. And this sounds crazy, but I saw this like being, right?
Mhm.
The being was where I could see it, and then like it was weird. So I tried to move. Remember, I moved. Do you guys
I
remember?
don't remember any of that.
I
was in the room
moved. I was
right
like,
now.
okay, there's something here. Then
I don't think that sounds like she has brain damage.
moved, and I'm like, what is here? There's something here, and I'm like, there, because I am aware of spirits.
Doesn't have brain. Didn't have a heart attack.
So I was like, oh, what's this thing?
No brain damage.
And then basically, as soon it's like suddenly it like came into me and merged into its consciousness. It was very intense. And then my friend actually is a shaman. He's a Native American. He said last night he saw this black being with like slit eyes. It appeared in his room. He like was sober, and he was like, I knew it had something to do with you. And I was like, yeah, I'm Native American. Like we believe in skinwalker stuff exists.
Everything has to do with Sarah.
I like got attacked by something like really badly, and then it wouldn't get out of my consciousness.
And when did Sarah become Native American? Really? She wasn't in the beginning. She was Merovingian when I first met her. When I first interviewed her, I never heard anything about her being Native American.
Now that's when I was like having a problem of like having the health thing go on.
Okay.
It's like the only thing I remember. I don't remember any IVs or anything.
Well, hey, at least we're all feeling better now, right?
Yeah, I was so ready for that.
Notice how they're all shamans, like, you know, her and David Schroeder, they're both shamans. They've got shaman abilities. They journey.
I thought I actually broke my teeth because my jaw was clenched so hard,
Mhm.
and I thought I was paralyzed. So when I was in the hospital, I couldn't move my hands or my legs or my feet or anything. They were all clamped. So when I started feeling more so inside my body and I could feel it and start moving, I just accepted the fact that I was going to be paralyzed. And then I said, wow, all because I was just trying to heal my liver. And I said, okay, no more. I said, at least my husband gets to feed me. My kids can run and jump on me, you know, at least I'm alive. And then slowly but surely my body regained back its strength and I was able to start moving again. And having
I
fun.
just remember angels. This is crazy, but angels surrounding like that, and they were like, "Oh, you're back there, okay?" Yeah, because I was like, God, please help
I
me.
was praying so hard. But yeah, so
Yeah, it's,
I'm just going to be detoxing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
no
sounds
more,
like a-
no
that
more,
sounds like a
no more
plan.
Liver
shamanic
detox. I'm
journeys.
going to do the liver detox. No more.
No more shamanic journeys for us.
yeah.
Quick question. So, how does this process work in regards to, the derangement and what that looks like? Just out of curiosity.
Speak on all of this.
So if he hasn't already, he's going to go before a judge. Judge is going to read a report, determine if there's probable cause for his arrest. When he determines there's probable cause, he'll establish a bond amount for him. Whether if he goes through a bail bondsman, it's usually 10% of whatever the bond is. If it's like $2,000, it's $200. Or you can pay it outright, whichever. And then when the judge sets that bond amount, there's usually terms of release. It's usually, don't get in any more trouble. Don't do any illicit substances or drink, attend court dates, things like that. And then that's it, and just until he goes to court and gets all that figured out.
Because he had his hearing today, but we gave the statements today. So, how does that work?
That'll all go. The state attorney will have copies of it all. It'll all go in this case and whatnot.
So it'll change possibly tomorrow now that the statements go through? Or?
It's going to be all, reviewed by a state attorney and everything. It's not like they're going to look at it and be like, all right, free this man, let him be. It's still going to go through the court system and everything. Okay.
What was he arrested for?
Because he made the statement that he was preventing you guys from calling 911.
He said that?
He did. And that's a big no. You can't do that. Whether you guys, are actually overdosing or you feel like you're overdosing or anything like that, if you want to call 911, you have every right to call 911.
Yeah. I think
Well,
it was,
everybody had their phones.
I could see my phone there.
Yeah.
I was like not aware of it.
I think it was a
I
thing where he
don't know.
just didn't, like I said, it's a hard when you had
I
plenty
don't
of
think he was
mushroom
like
drink before.
preventing me from. He was like more just trying to keep me like awake because he was like scared I was gonna, as soon as I passed out I was gonna die. So he kept lifting me up. So, but he said that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I mean,
Because he freaked out
it's
and
free,
got it
yeah.
back,
That's what I'm
yeah.
like. It makes sense when you're in a moment like that.
Well, regardless, I mean, the best advice for him would be if he gets in that situation again, just call him.
Just
and be
call
like,
him.
"Ah,
I think
Especially
it's the
when,
worst
you
panic
know,
attack. His
especially when
eyes
you're
are
the
like
only
a
sober
ball.
one.
You know?
Yeah.
Do I feel bad?
And I can imagine how scared he was.
Yeah, he was like having a panic. He was bulging. He didn't know what to do. He was like having a panic attack in front of me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it definitely could have got harder on him. Because
That.
luckily you stayed somewhat conscious and whatnot. But if you started going down the same road as your wife,
Everybody.
now he's got 3 people that he's got to manage on his own.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So how do we know when it's been updated in the system? I'm just trying to see how long it'll probably take for him.
So it's like 4:15 now. The state will probably be able to have the copies and review them sometime tomorrow, and then it's all dependent on their caseload. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, all this is gonna get, literally as soon as we get back to the station, this is gonna get attached to the report. And all that's gonna get sent over to the state attorney. They open up at 8 in the morning.
All right.
And then they'll go from there. These are my cards. I only got 2, so your wife can have one.
Absolutely.
It's got all my information on it. On the back is the case number to this specific case.
All right. Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
If you guys have any questions, myself. So,
Perfect.
are you guys are going back home, correct? Or
Yeah, but we'll stay longer if we have to.
Just make
To
sure.
make sure that he's good. Yeah.
yeah, I'll be here for at least another week anyhow. So I also make sure that he's good.
okay? Do you guys have any questions for us? Anything else?
I'm just so grateful, you guys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so grateful that you like
So
got me
helpful.
to breathe. Thank you. Yeah.
Just the location for the footage and everything like that, or the name of the
I
location.
believe it's on the
Oh, it's on here.
say 103 Bunker Hill Road.
It's perfect.
It's not gonna be put out publicly ever, right?
No,
Okay, good.
I mean it's gonna be exempt because it's a medical call, everything like that, and there's gonna be a lot of redactions. So don't worry about that.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
yeah, most they're really going to be able to see is that something happened
Yeah.
and that there was footage. But I mean, most of it, since both of you were in the news the entire time, most of it's going to be censored.
Maybe that was a good thing then.
Is it gonna be put out online though?
No, because
Sorry.
we're naked.
Oh,
And the calls as
So-
well.
the calls won't be put out online. It won't be put online, will it?
I'm going to answer Bella. This happened in Jupiter, Florida. This is where the incident took place.
If somebody
It's
knew
public-
and put
yeah.
a public records
It is-
request,
yeah.
but
Okay, and is there any way to keep that from going online?
No, not
Okay.
in the state of Florida. No.
But like I said, you all experiencing a medical emergency,
Yeah, it's important.
you know,
Yeah.
on top of that, like I said, you guys were, you know, in your birthday suits, whatnot. Anything that's going to be out there is going to be heavily censored and edited
Yeah,
because
that's
we're
needed.
not going to put all your stuff out there for the public to
Thank
see.
you.
And the calls, they have the calls on there as well.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a whole call. There's gonna be a whole call log that's basically the dispatcher for every radio transmission we made. The dispatcher's writing call logs. So you'll be able to get a copy of all of that when the report is finalized and submitted and overviewed by the sergeant. That's also going to be able
I
to
want
be
to see it.
for you guys as well. So all that will be taken care of.
Okay.
I was like,
Alright.
what?
Yes. Thank you all so much.
Sure.
I really
Thank you
appreciate it.
guys. Thank you. Yeah.
I'll open this.
That's so funny, this. I can't believe.
Okay, so we're gonna go to this one because that one's over. This is the police officer coming in to the hospital when Sarah was still in the hospital. Okay, and she gets interrogated by the police officer. Okay, let's
Yes, I am in Florida.
Okay, do you know where you are right now?
Yes, I'm in I think it's the Jupiter.
and he says, "Do you know where you are right now?" And she's, "Yes, I'm in the Jupiter, Florida hospital." Let's go back a little bit. this is not a person who suffered brain damage. She knows where she's at. Okay.
You back, okay?
Yeah.
So just real quick,
Let's go back. Okay, so, okay, let's give it a moment here. Okay, here, hold on. It's going to ask her, do you know where you're at?
I'm gonna pop this on real quick. This is just everything's supposed to be audio video recorded,
Sorry.
and honestly, it helps me because I don't like taking notes when doing interviews. I feel it's kind of rude,
Okay.
and
So
then it's easier to review back. Okay.
yeah.
So just real quick, Miss Adams, you are Sarah Adams, correct?
Yes, I'm Sarah
Okay.
Adams.
How old are you, Sarah?
39.
39. Okay. Do you know what state you're in?
Yes, I am in Florida.
Okay. Do you know where you are right now?
Yes, I'm in I think it's the Jupiter Hospital.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what year?
Okay, so a person who has brain damage isn't going to know all this. He's going to ask her, do you know what year it is?
It is.
Yes, it is 2024.
Okay.
No brain damage. I don't think there's brain damage happening here, Sarah. That's what you've been telling people on the on Coley Weber's UFO channel, and you've been saying it. You said it on Titus Frost's channel. Titus, really? Come on now.
All right. Sounds good to me. So real quick, I understand you had another incident today. Can you kind of tell me about that? Did you guys take more stuff?
No.
Okay.
So actually, I'm doing a documentary right now, and I die Native American. So I do like shamanic journeying.
Mhm.
It's been pleasant for many years, nothing negative. I took a strain of shrooms that are from the dispensary that I guess are like modified. So I wasn't aware they're going to be like way different than what I usually take.
Those are those Enigma ones.
Yes, I never had them. So I had the other ones but those were, I started, like, I took it, I couldn't breathe. We had a cameraman, and it was like, then I realized, like, when I took the shrooms, I realized something was wrong. I'm like, oh, this is not normal. So I tried to, like, vomit them out. Then I, like, got in the shower to try to feel the cold shower, but then I couldn't even feel the water. Then I was, like, in some other reality, and it was, like, really, really intense. And so I just, like, I don't remember after that much of anything other than, like, just trying to crawl out and be like, you know, I need help. We need to get my stomach pumped if I come back too.
Mhm.
And I like fought with some of the personnel that tried to help me. I don't even remember any of that. And I knew I was gonna die.
Mhm.
And then like I just woke up with like the breathing tube. And I found out that my friend, she had passed out too and was like basically not breathing or something like that. And basically, after that, I was let out of the hospital. I went home. I was fine. I just didn't eat anything because I didn't have any appetite.
Mhm.
This morning, when I woke up, because we were clearing out our stuff from the Airbnb,
Mhm.
I started to like, I was like, oh, first of all, in the night, I like sweated really bad, which isn't normal with me.
Mhm.
It was like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I woke up and I'm like, well, I'm really weak. I could barely like walk around. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I almost fainted. I was like so short of breath. And I just had to lay on the couch. I couldn't move like this. And I was like trying to vomit. I was like trying to breathe. Honestly, I think it's too because I was super dehydrated. I didn't eat anything.
Mhm.
I was super dehydrated. Plus, I think it was also the fact that my body's so weak from doing all of these, like fighting with the police officers, not getting. I didn't sleep, by the way, till last night. So I didn't sleep for like 2 days after because, like, I don't know why it was the stuff from the shoes.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so I think I just like my body is taking such a beating from this,
Mhm.
and yeah, that's what happened. So then what happened is
So you would think that a person who was Native American and that was experienced in doing shamanic journeying, that they wouldn't even use a synthetic mushroom for the first time to do the mushroom ritual. Like, do you realize that there's no professionalism, there's no expertise about this? This is on Sarah. Does anybody get that? Does anybody get that Sarah led this? Okay. But somehow she's promoted herself as being the victim of this. And somehow someone like me or Stephen Cambion or anybody else talking about this, we're the bad guy for covering her practices and her business that she's had in this community. But we're the bad guy for pointing out that there's something wrong. Okay.
Jason, call 9, he's like, call 911, he called 911. So just to make sure that I'm okay after being, having my voices like this because of the tube and stuff. I was like, we just need to make sure that I'm okay. So I just called 911.
This is part of what Sarah's narrative is in all these shows that she's going on, saying that I'm responsible for bullying somebody and cyberbullying them, for talking about and discussing what she's done, an unsafe business practice. But I'm the bad guy, right? And I'm also responsible somehow for David Wilcock, who I've never met, who never really knew me, or Isaac Cappy, the big push, the big thing the big circulation of, oh, here's where you can report these guys, but it's not really about us, but they're pushing it as if it is, that we have already been convicted of this and everybody just needs to report here. It's absolutely ridiculous. You guys have nothing. You're sitting on sand that's shifting below you. You are not on solid ground in your argument, and you guys are going to pay for this. Trust me.
So that's what it is.
Okay, all right. And you said you picked up the mushrooms from a dispensary?
So Sarah is contacting the president of the university that I go to about me covering this and telling lies about me, trying to get me kicked out of college for covering this. Really, Sarah? Come on now. Somebody is going to have a lawsuit. Somebody's going to be criminally prosecuted. And it isn't me.
What kind of dispensary? Where was that?
It's in Washington, D.C., so it was a dispensary in Washington, D.C.
Not to mention Thomas Schellenberger's involvement with this and the perpetuation of this and this lie everywhere. And then Adam Camacho wants me to apologize to Thomas Schellenberger. Oh, go fuck off, man. Please.
And their legal dispensary, they gave them with some CBD, which basically we wanted to do them on the beach to have like an experience.
I am not going to apologize to some asshole who is pushing a lie that I threatened to sexually assault Sarah. I'm not apologizing to a person who's done that to me. Do you get that, Adam? I hope you do.
Okay.
I am gonna let the dispensary.
So when you say dispensary, just so I'm clear, it's like you have to have like a medical license to go there.
How would you feel if Thomas Schellenberger was pushing somebody who was making lies about you like that? Adam, do you think you'd suck it up and apologize to that person? Think about it there for a second, dude.
No, they just like give you don't have to have anything. They just give you it all like that. And I didn't take, the funny thing is I didn't take very many of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because I'm used to taking higher doses of like the other ones that I usually take. Because like, okay, I'm not taking a large amount of these. I'm going to take a smaller amount. And then that's when I knew like something was really, really wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like going to call them and let them know, because they were like, this is a new strain. And this is like, you're going to just feel chill and whatever. I didn't expect to go into like what I would do and have that experience.
So you picked them up in DC, and then did you guys take them when you were in DC, or like how did you guys end up in Florida having this kind of?
Because they flew down from.
Here's a novel idea, Adam Camacho. Why don't you use a ChatGPT template and apologize to fucking Owen Benjamin and get it over with? How about that? That's a novel idea. What do you think?
And I just kind of like, I'm like, well, let's take some of my shrooms, because I was headed over to Cali, or let's just take, because we want to take some shrooms to have like that journey, and then that's what happened.
So you took them over in California?
No, I was headed to California from here to California, and I was like, we're gonna take some of my shrooms.
Okay, so you picked him up there, he came down, you took him up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and then when you say they, are you referring to
My
other?
friends, yeah.
Those are the other two people?
Yeah, and
Mr. and Mrs. Harvey?
nobody forced anybody.
Okay.
They just took them, and then like she took a smaller dose than me, which is really crazy. Like a way even. I didn't take a big dose. She took an even smaller dose, and then like we started having like bad reactions where we couldn't breathe, which is not normal from shrooms at all. Like I know smoke weed. I've had gummies way a long time ago when I had strip surgery. Like my doctor, and more into natural stuff. My doctors like gave me gummies for the pain rather than giving me pain meds because I don't like pain meds. And honestly, like I've never had where I couldn't breathe. Like I stopped breathing. I literally was trying to stick my hands to open my breathing pipe because I could not breathe, which is very crazy. But that's all we didn't take it with anything else. We just took the shrooms. That's it. We had some fruit before. Yeah.
And the airplane let you get on with the mushroom?
No, I drove my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I drove my car.
That's the one with like the Maryland plates or something like that?
Yes, that's what it is. Yeah,
Alright.
the police took the shoes. We didn't have very many, but they took them. And yeah, I don't have any more. That was all I had for
Yeah,
that journey.
probably for the best.
I never take shoes after this. Yeah, but I'm doing like a vice documentary, so we had like a cameraman there because I am Native American, so I do like a lot of shamanic work. I never like expected that, but I will never take any strain ever again. That's been.
So you had a camera, so you guys were like doing film, videography?
Yeah, but he had, I guess when he realized that he didn't start rolling any of the footage, like when he realized something was really wrong, he just like didn't care about the camera, was trying to help me because I was like, I told him, like, go get ice and throw it on me to bring me back. And like, I was like trying to give him instructions, like help me, like something's really wrong. This is not normal. Because we filmed other journeys together and nothing like this has happened. So was not something like common.
And when he films, does he use like his phone? Does he use a camera?
He uses like a camera and he's like he's cameraman, but he didn't film this.
Okay.
Which is not, he didn't film this. Like that's the thing. Like he stopped rolling the footage and he was like, he turned off the camera. I was like, something's wrong. Because I said, I just like stop and come and help me. Something is really wrong. And that's when. And then he was like he like had severe panic attack, poor guy, and he was like trying to help me over and over again. I was like yelling instructions to him because I lost full mobility. My body was just like laying like that, and I couldn't. But then I couldn't die. I felt like it was done, but I couldn't come back. It was really crazy what experience. So.
And then who rented the Airbnb?
The Harveys.
The Harveys.
I don't know if you were here earlier, Sarin, but I just read where Adam Camacho not only did he try to get me to be okay with having trolls like Telly and this and that coming into my channel to pump up my numbers because they're low, but he gave me a template to apologize to Thomas Schoenberger. I can tell you how disgusted I am by that. I can tell you, I've been sitting on this for like a week and a half.
Yes.
Okay. And so it was their Airbnb.
Yeah, and I just.
And they were in Abu Dhabi, you said?
They came from Abu Dhabi.
Okay. So how'd you guys communicate to like meet up and everything? He's like.
Yeah, we were just like, we're gonna go do a shoot journey on the beach, like some shoots on the beach. So
I got it. Well, obviously, you didn't just yell it out into the world and they heard you. Did like you texted about it? Or
No.
You like texted them, you called them, FaceTime.
Yeah, we've already planned because we've done, like I said, other journeys because we're doing a documentary series. So we've already done other journeys. So we're like, yeah, we planned. We're gonna go, and do some shrooms on the beach. It'll be chill and cool. And then it turned into this disaster, basically.
Okay. And then you said something about being a healer.
I mean, after all the conversations I had with Adam, telling him about what was happening to me and sharing everything, he proposes me to fucking apologize to Thomas Schoenberger for something I'm not guilty of. I am so disgusted by it.
Like doctor or something?
No, so I don't know if you know what Reiki is. It's like energy healing. That's what I work.
That man contacted both colleges I went to try to sabotage my education and my credibility. You want me to fucking apologize for that, Adam Camacho? How disgusting. I'm so pissed.
Okay,
Yeah.
and that's what you do as your chosen profession?
Yes.
Okay. You pretty successful in it?
Very.
Oh.
Very successful in it. And then I use things like, like
Do I control with hoax against Liz and everything? Is that it? Disgusting.
and stuff to detox. I've done that for years because I was this is how I got into this too.
Okay.
And then I have, because I have like Native American Blackfoot, I was like, well, since conventional medicine, I'm gonna look into, and then I went back to so I'm into like channeling energy stuff, which I'm very good at. And they hired me as their coach, so I helped Amanda actually heal when she was doing very unwell, dying basically once because she was very sick. So I have a lot of like celebrities that I work with.
Okay, and then how does that work with the healing and stuff? Just because I'm not trying to judge or anything, I just don't understand.
Oh, it's Reiki. I don't know if do you know what Reiki is?
No,
it's about like channeling energy. It's a big thing. A lot of us do it. It's like basically like it's also like vision meditation, things like that, and basically meditation, channeling energy. It's like a big thing right now in LA where I'm from. And like a lot of celebrities do it, a lot of coaches we do it.
I don't know. Is Sarah from LA? I mean, she's not really from there. That's not where she grew up.
It's also my culture. We believe in spirits and we believe in spiritual healing. So something in my Native American.
Wow, this was a healing thing gone wrong, Sarah. Big time. That's the whole point here. That's the whole point. You're supposed to be a shamanic healer and you nearly died. I'm sorry. That's the truth. That's the truth. This is not cyberbullying. This is pointing out the fucking obvious. Ain't that right, Titus Frost? Huh?
Yeah, we do.
And you said Mrs. Harvey had hired you as a
coach.
A coach to do that?
Yes.
So what does that normally entail when you're her coach? Like, what do you do?
So I don't prescribe doing shrooms or anything. This is just for us to go have like this fun time of like. I do like Reiki energy, which is channeling, and I do guided meditation. So that's what I've done with her. Okay, so you do meditation, and I know they said there was like some sage and things like that.
Okay.
Sage drumming, things like that.
Okay, and then the mushrooms
that was just like we were just like, oh, we're gonna go do it. We're all besties. We're all gonna just because we became best friends. We're all just gonna go do it and have a good time.
All right. And is there any more of the mushrooms or any other stuff?
No.
One of the officers said something about there was like toads or something like that.
Yeah, but that was with a shaman who's already left. They came over and they gave combos. So combo.
I don't know. I'm not hearing brain damage here. Don't see any brain damage.
Is a Peruvian medicine. It's completely legal too. And it's just a total medicine. We had that like going on 5 days ago. So that leaves the system. If you Google it, it's not something that stays in the system. It's also completely like safe. It's shamans do it throughout the United States, throughout Peru. And we did that like 5 days ago. But
I bet those shamans don't use synthetic mushrooms from a dispensary when you don't know exactly what's in it. I'm pretty sure real shamans in Peru aren't using synthetic mushrooms, Sarah. Pretty sure. I bet I'd make a bet in Vegas on that.
Have those substances, they're not mine, they're actually the shamans, and again, those are completely like.
And they brought it to the house you guys were renting and everything?
Yes, they came and they did a shamanic ceremony, which we did film that ceremony. It was a very beautiful ceremony. There was nothing wrong. It was like really great, and everything was just beautiful, and that's how I expected the shroom journey to go.
Just turned out a little bit.
Yeah, it went the opposite complete way, and so that's completely it, honestly. So.
And then deciding to do all this here, I know you said you were doing the documentary, so you hired the cameraman and everything?
No, it's their cameraman,
Okay.
but we have we're gonna send some of the film footage back to
Mhm.
the TV series that we're doing for Vice. Because Vice, does a lot of documentaries on this sort of stuff.
By the way, Vice is kind of doesn't really exist really. I looked into that. It's I even think that that's probably made up in a way. It's something off there because I've researched it.
So yeah.
And then how were you just gonna take that with you when you went to
We
LA?
just send them we just would send the cameraman just uploads the footage and then they just shoot it to the studio and
Okay, so
they
it's
edit it
send over
and
there
yeah,
and then-
I don't do any of that. That's
Okay.
not, yeah.
I got you.
Because they're also, Bryce is working with Netflix right now to do a show about all of this stuff.
Okay.
Basically, they're also
We'll see if that actually really comes out, Sarah, because I don't think it is.
bringing in the experiences, both the good and bad in it, which is clearly this is good learning experience to tell people not to do the hybrid strains of shrooms because it can be very devastating.
And then, so was it your idea? Was it the cameraman's idea? Was it the Harvey's idea?
It wasn't the cameraman's idea; he was just hired. It was all of our idea together. Like I said, we just all kind of talk about stuff and then, oh yeah, we're gonna go do this journey.
Okay.
That's
You guys were like, hey,
yeah,
we'll
that's
all
it.
kind of meet in
Yeah.
the same area and do
Yeah.
that.
People are like, oh, let's just go smoke some weed. It's they just kind of oh, let's go do some shrooms.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right. So is there any more illegal substances in the home?
No, there's
in the
not.
vehicle, nothing
No.
like that?
No.
Okay.
There was just the shrooms I got from the dispensary.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was nothing else? There was no marijuana?
No, I don't smoke with marijuana. No, we don't do any of those sort of things.
Okay.
Shamanic medicine is different. It's not, that has to do nothing.
Would have been better if she'd done that. Nobody's ever OD'd on that. Okay.
With crack or anything, or all of those heroin. No.
I got you. I'm not trying to judge anything.
Yeah.
I know they found marijuana on the scene. That's why I'm trying to establish how that.
Yeah, that was not mine. I don't smoke
Okay.
marijuana.
Oh.
It might have been, well, I think it was actually a camera guy's, but he got it from a dispensary
Mhm.
in the area. So it's legal. That was his,
So he's got
yeah, we went to the dispensary and they sold it to him. So there would be no way otherwise to sell it to him.
and that was here in this kind
Yes,
of
that
area?
was, yeah. Because I gave him a right to do it the night before. Because
Mhm.
he didn't take any of the shrooms. He
Okay.
smokes. Is it for that? That's what he told me.
Okay. All right.
So we weren't smoking the cannabis, and we didn't mix them either.
Okay. That was probably good. Probably wouldn't matter.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed, so
I got you. All right, so just to run through, so I kind of got an idea of all that occurred. So the Harveys are over in Abu Dhabi, the cameraman's wherever he is doing cameraman things. You're at your home, I assume?
I was at my assistant's in DC.
Okay, so you're at your assistant's in DC, you end up picking up some mushrooms, guys kind of talk, you and the Harveys. Hey, let's have a fun time, I gotta go to California, let's all meet up, you guys come down.
Yeah, we can get some footage for the series that we're
For the
doing.
documentary,
Yeah.
I got you. So you go, you have the shaman come out, and you guys do the, what would you call it
It was
again?
called Combo.
Combo, okay. So you did the combo, everything's cool, good with that.
Yeah, we had a great time.
He goes about his day, you guys are enjoying the rest of your time here, and then.
So they were supposed to fly out today, and we were going to they were supposed to fly out today, and we were going to finish off our shroom. We were gonna rest yesterday, the day before, do our whole shroom journey, and then rest yesterday, and then they were gonna fly out today, and then I was gonna head out to California. And then basically the whole thing happened, and then the cameraman got arrested.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so then from there, last night comes around, you're still feeling kind of sick.
I was actually feeling good last night. I was oh good. I was just so grateful that I was feeling so much better. I was a little tired. I'm I haven't had sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep. I didn't eat yesterday, so I think maybe too was a week from that. I didn't have an appetite, kept feeling kind of a bit nauseous from the shrooms because they made me so nauseous. And then this morning I got about 5:30 to start packing, and I'm oh, that's when
And that's when everything starts.
Yeah, and I
hitting
told Jason, I was like, Jason, just call 911, and he called 911, and they were trying to help me like sit up because I was just like, I couldn't.
And then I know Mr. and Mrs. Harvey got transported too, were they kind of feeling the same ill effects or?
Yeah, it was really crazy. So she actually stopped breathing too, and she like took her clothes off and tried to get into the. She got cold. She said though, like, she got.
This was this morning?
No, this was a couple of days
Okay,
ago.
because they got transported in this morning. That's
They
all.
did.
Yeah.
Their hair
I don't know if they're here, but I know they got taken to the hospital.
this morning.
Mhm. About an hour or two after you came over here, they got transported as well.
Are they here?
I don't know if they're here or not. I can ask the doctors, but it's kind of like a patient confidentiality thing. So if you want, I can
Yeah,
do is
can you
I
ask
can
me?
ask them,
Yeah.
and then I gotta
Because I
talk
need to
to
make sure
them.
that Amanda's okay. Like that's I don't know what strain. Like we didn't take anything else at the strain for the dispensary, and he said it was totally okay. Like he was on the phone with Jason and he was like, oh yeah, this you guys need to try this strain. And I had like this feeling about it. I was like, I'm a Taurus. I don't like trying new things first. So I had a feeling like, let's not do this new strain. And then it was like, well, Jason's like, yeah, we'll just try it. So I think it's that strain of mushrooms for some reason. And I think I'm going to call the dispensary and let them know because this is not normal. I nearly died. They like stuck a breathing through. Like, this is not normal.
Yeah, no, that's not anything anybody wants to be doing.
Yeah. And so oh my God, they're here too.
Yeah, I don't know if they're at this hospital or not. I just know they got transported as well because they're having a rough time. So
Wow.
That's kind of why we're trying to figure out what's going on because now
It's the shrooms. Do you guys you could contact the dispensary. I can get this dispensary name and ask about it.
Yeah,
It's
do you
the
know what
shrooms.
the name was?
Let me ask my assistant real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what's the location? My boyfriend wants to come here.
Jupiter Medical Center.
Wow, that's so crazy. So, let me ask my assistant.
Did your assistant get them for you or?
No, she was there with me when I got them,
Okay.
so she knows the name of the dispensary.
I got you.
I'm gonna ask her real quick. Hey, babes, so remember when I went to the dispensary to get those shrooms? Well, and yeah, something's wrong because apparently Jason and Amanda are back in the ER too. So we need to figure out to contact the shroom place because it's clearly the shrooms. Like, I was having a hard time breathing this morning. Do you remember the name of the dispensary? Yeah, go ahead and grab that for me. Remember how you said like to try the Enigma ones, that they're like some strain? Yeah. Yeah, okay, go ahead and pull that up. Because like this morning I could barely breathe and apparently like Jason and Amanda are back in the hospital. So they're gonna contact the dispensary and ask questions about the shrooms. It's the Promoko DC weed and shroom delivery. So it's PROMOCO space DC weed and shroom delivery. Their phone number is 202-285-4560. Yeah, I guess like. Yeah, so come in.
Hey there.
Hi. I'm gonna let you go, okay? I'll let you know update soon, okay? Bye.
Hey, can I go over results or?
So we are recording just because there's an interview. So.
Oh, okay. I'll step out. I'll come back.
Okay.
It was good though. All right, so I'll come back and update you with everything for them.
Oh, here I come. Did you already?
Yeah.
Okay, take your time.
Thank you. Yeah, if we want to contact them and ask them like any information about those shrooms, I don't know, but I like I said, I've done stuff before. We all have. This was not normal. I literally felt like I've been poisoned, like literally poisoned by something.
Yeah, well, we'll definitely I'll definitely see what we can do on that aspect of it, because that's gonna be a problem, especially to keep recommending that to people and some of
Well,
the.
I haven't recommended it to any.
No, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is what I'm thinking. I'm like, because like I'm healthy, like I'm a very healthy person,
Mhm.
and so is Amanda. This is not normal. I literally like was like, oh my god, I felt like looked like a ghost when I looked at myself after. This is not normal from like taking just shrooms. I don't smoke weed, I don't party, I don't drink, I don't do any of those things. Sometimes I do some shroom journeys, that's it.
Mhm.
I eat very healthy. I don't do any fast food, any of that. I'm very, very healthy for my age. And I just did my blood test. My doctor's like, you're very, very healthy. And so like this is not normal taking a meeting like this from some shrooms.
Yeah.
So you guys need to like really look into this, because I'm thinking I'm a healthy person and I took a meeting like this, so is Amanda. She's a model. She's a supermodel, by the way. I can't imagine somebody who has like more ill health taking something like this. It can kill them. Like I nearly died. So I'm hoping, I was gonna ask if you guys can look into that.
Yeah, that's definitely something's gonna come in, because these kind of situations happen. We gotta kind of look into it, because
Yeah,
luckily in this case it didn't happen, but people can die from these.
I almost died. I was the one they put a breathing, I almost died. Yeah, they put a breathing tube down me.
Yeah, I think they did both.
Yeah, that's not normal. And I swear up and down, we didn't take it. We're not like that. We didn't take anything else except the shrooms and some we ate some fruit beforehand. So we ate fruit, because I was like, well, if we eat fruit, it won't be so intense here, you know?
Mhm.
So, and Jason's very healthy too. Like, this is not normal.
Okay. All right. And then okay. All right, so Miss Adams, given that we kind of got to look at all aspects of this and everything, we're going to get into this next part, okay?
We're gonna what?
We're going to get into this next part, okay?
Okay.
So I have two forms for you. You can send the search forms, okay? I'm going to explain why I'm giving you these in just a second.
Okay.
Those consent to search forms. The reason is there is probable cause to believe there is evidence of this whole ordeal possibly contained on your cell phone as well as in your vehicle.
Evidence of.
Evidence of what happened today, or what happened these last 2 days.
Yeah, I didn't
whatever.
film it.
I got you. That being said, we do have probable cause. We can go before a judge, get a search warrant
Probable cause for what?
to initiate a search warrant. That's what I'm saying. So
Okay.
we can do that process. We're gonna have your car and your cell phone for however long it takes the state to sign off, the judge to sign off, and then the search, the extraction, all that to be done. Or it's completely up to
Did I
you.
do something wrong?
We're gonna get into that. Or if you'd like, you fill the consent to search. The consent search, you're not required to. You can tell me, no, I don't want to do that. If you do decide to do it at any point in time, you can call the PD there, the phone number, as well as the website and the fax number is on there, and say, hey, I don't want anybody going through my stuff anymore.
Okay, so he's wanting to search your vehicle now for the drugs, because like in the state of Jupiter, Florida, or state of Florida, mushrooms are not legal, and so that she's already violated the law. She's transported it from another state over, which also violates federal law. So that's what Sarah was involved with here. Now that Trump is, I guess he signed something with mushrooms, and, there was Joe Rogan and everything like that. And, there's this whole push to that there's a medicinal aspect to psilocybin in treatment for depression and things like this, which, I'm not against that. But you have to realize that during this time, none of that was really happening. So basically what Sarah has done in terms of this is that she has broken the law. That's why they're asking to search her car. Remember, no heart attack, no brain damage. All right. She's being searched right now. This is vastly different than what she said on Titus Frost's show. Isn't it? Right? Who can dispute that?
That's the end of it. We can't go through it anymore because you broke consent, okay?
Okay, so I need to know a little bit more information, because I don't have any issues on me.
Okay.
I don't have any.
Hey, Brian Singh, are you watching this? Are you open your eyes to the facts of what really happened, or are you going to listen to Sarah's bullshit and then repeat it on other people's channels? And you keep lying for her, Brian? Because you're probably going to pay for it.
And they go my car, no weed, no
Well, you
nothing.
picked up these products in another state.
Yeah,
You then drove down to the state of Florida,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
And then and several of your friends took them.
Yeah,
And
we all took
three of you
them.
almost died twice now.
Yeah,
Okay, that's kind of a big deal. You can't have mushrooms in the state of Florida.
Because let's break this down. If Sarah's willing to lie about this, what else is she willing to lie about? She's a liar. She's already been caught in a lie. This is catching Sarah in a lie of what she said on Titus Ross show. Right now.
Let them know all the ones that did. You definitely can't supply them to other people. I get that.
didn't
Maybe
know
you
that.
didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Patrick, somebody told me you're just trigger posting right now, trigger posting on your timeline. Have fun, okay? Make some more grotesque pictures. Be creepy, right? Do it, Nasty Troll Media. No one cares.
Wasn't aware of this.
Okay.
Why don't you tag my school too, right? While you're at it? Because you're big on that, aren't you? Oh, Fresno State. Terry's exposing Sarah R. Adams, and she said something about Adam Camacho. Oh, let me tag her school. You watch every show. You watch every place I'm at on the internet. You're creeping on me, and you've been doing it since 2018. Let's give you a round of applause. Okay, well, let's move on.
And that's fine, and that will be taken into consideration at the end of the day. But we still have to investigate this. 3 people have almost died 2 nights in a row.
So am I under arrest or something?
You're not under arrest. You're in the hospital. All
Why don't you and Adam have phone calls and be big buddies now? Okay, break bread.
Am I allowed to get out of the hospital to go to my boyfriend's house or?
Yeah.
Okay. And
You're
what
not
about
detained or anything
what
like that.
about my stuff? How long will it be before I get it back?
It depends. Like I said,
The only thing we care about here and not my rabbit hole is speaking the truth. And the rest of you guys, I don't really give a fuck about. Haven't you figured that out yet?
your car. If you decide you want to do the consent to search, we're gonna go through it as quick as we can, and then we'll have the keys at the police station, so you can come back to them. We'll give you the keys.
I don't have my ID on me though to pick it up. My ID's like at the house and everything. The only thing I have is my phone.
They're gonna know it's you. It's a pretty small department. We'll
Okay.
know it's you.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, by the way, I'm waiting for you to serve me for the CCB. I'll see you. I'll see you at the tribunal. Okay, defending myself against your bogus copyright strike. It's fair use, dude.
You can search my car. I don't mind
Okay.
that.
All right.
It was like, honestly, it was like Jason and Amanda, we talked about how we had another how I had another shoe and we just all said, yeah, we're gonna do a shoe journey. That
You gonna
was
serve it? You gonna mail it to me? I'm waiting.
it, honestly. It wasn't like I was providing,
Mhm.
it wasn't like I'm trafficking drugs or anything. Does that make sense? It was just like, oh, we're friends, we're gonna take some shoes, we're gonna have a pleasant time.
Okay. You have a Lexus SUV, correct?
Yes, it's a great SUV.
Okay. Yeah, right, man. We can read this real quick. You want me to turn the light on for
I mean, dude, you've been stalking me since 2000.
The date is October 23rd.
Yes, this year, I'm sorry.
10 23. No, 2. I'm just going to sign this. I'm just signing as a witness because I watched you sign it.
Yeah, it was honestly just like really like innocent, like I don't know what
I
happened.
got you. And if that's all it is, we'll try and get through it as quick as we can. The other thing is, it's your cell phone as well.
Yeah, can I just ask my boyfriend to let me tell him real quick to come here and grab me because he's gonna take me to his house again.
Okay. Let me see if I can find something to write his number down on for you, so you have that as well, okay? What I will do is I'll give you an extra copy of this form, because it's got our number on it if you change your mind, and then you can write his number down as well.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
You want to write it down on there for you? This way, you got your phone and you got numbers if you need them. No, don't sign that one. That's one just
sorry.
so you have an extra piece of paper.
Oh, okay.
You can write numbers down there.
Is Jason and Mando okay?
Yeah, they were okay. I think it was more that they were kind of feeling down too, and they wanted to double check that everything was okay. You know, better safe than sorry, especially after the last incident.
My assistant. Have to tell the kids about the long tape. So it should be done in a couple hours, right?
I'm gonna try and push it through as quick as I can. For sure, okay? And then, so your boyfriend, that's who you're gonna be with?
Yeah.
So is it all right if we give him a call and let him know that everything is done, so he can relay it to you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And you're taking these. Okay. Do you want me to give you his?
No, we'll have the phone. We'll be able to pull it up.
Okay, my assistant. She just kept walking me. Okay, I'll see. I'm going to admit that. Yes. Let's see. Is it okay to call Amanda for a second to see if she's okay?
Yeah, as soon as we wrap this up, you can give her a call. You pulled your ID out?
Yeah.
Let me see if I got some jobs over here for you. Push that over so I don't keep bleeding on you.
There you go. You can have it.
All right. And is there like passcode or anything like that?
Yeah.
And like I said, we'll give him a call as soon as this is done. So let me just get this form ready for you. Pull it out on phone.
Are you guys going to contact the dispensary and see if they've had any other cases like this?
Yeah, and at the very least, we're gonna do what we can to make sure that they stop giving that kind of stuff away. Because yeah, we definitely don't want that to continue. Ms. Adams, same as before, same as your signature, and that date is the 23rd. 102324.
Anyway, this is pretty much.
There's your numbers for you. All right. Do a better rest of your day, and I'll give them a hold of you as soon as I can, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. Have a better rest of your day. Feel better.
Thank you.
Okay, so I don't know. I feel like I wanted to show this again.
Oh, do you guys have a number I can contact you?
Yes, ma'am. It's on the front of the sheet. I need you to write that down. Underline.
Okay, they're not gonna make investment for any of these.
No. Well,
Stuff in there.
Well, we returned it to the
Just
state.
girly stuff.
I got you. And what did you say the passcode on the phone?
All right, so that is that. All right, that is the police investigations. I think that pretty much proves that Sarah Rachel Adams did not suffer a heart attack from this mushroom ritual. She did not suffer brain damage. It's pretty evident that that the police record. She was involved in this. She was the shaman. She was administering the ritual. It went badly. That is on her. If she is suffering from her career because this happened, that is on Sarah. That fall for her doesn't belong to me. It doesn't belong to Stephen Cambion. It doesn't belong to anybody who's discussed it out in the open public as it happening. And it's obvious that she's lying about the details of what happened to her. And you know what? I just had to point it out one more time. Also, I want to mention too that Sarah has spent a lot of time accusing me of, she's accused me of practicing black magic on her, and she said this on Titus Ross show, because Titus Ross was saying that we're Satanists, and you're automatically a Satanist, just like what David Schroeder's been saying, just like what everybody else was saying. Satanist, neo-Nazi, pedo. I've had all these labels come at me, but perpetuated by Sarah. I'm a Satanist. I've been doing black magic. I've been sacrificing animals. She's been posting this on Meta. She's been including other people in the conversation. She's been saying it on other people's shows. There is no evidence of that. I do not practice witchcraft. But Sarah, and I had a receipt with this, and I did a whole nother show, and the witch actually showed up in the show and in my stream and threatened to report me to my college, just like Sarah and Brian Sang did. How ironic, right? Everybody's going to report me to my college. Hey, Patrick, go ahead and tag my college. All right. Everybody wants to get me in trouble. Everybody wants to ruin my life, right? Because I'm talking about this stuff. It's a retaliation. It's an intimidation. It's a psychological threat said again on Titus Ross' show. I don't know. Did she say that on her show? Yeah, they did. Brian Sang and Sarah Rachel Adams said that they already called my college, and once they get this evidence to them, I would be expelled. That's the latest. Well, fact of the matter is, Sarah was the person that went to go hire somebody else to do a death spell on me and other people. And when I posted that on my timeline, the screenshot of that happened. The person who was supposedly the witch came in, their name was not even mentioned, and they threatened a lawsuit. And I said, who are you? And why do you think that this post warrants a lawsuit? So I found this, Grim Grit video. I love Grim Grit. That really fits this conversation. I'm going to play a little bit of it. I love this one. I even shared it on my timeline today. It's called Your Aura So Powerful, Witches Are Literally Terrified of You. Even the devil tips his hat. So I want to play this out, and then I will be saying goodbye. So I'm going to appreciate those of you who have shown up. I don't know what that says. Very interesting. I messed up. How did you mess up? Siren, how did you mess up? Okay. But I'm going to play this out. And then say goodnight to you guys. So thank you for tuning in, listening to today's show. I'm sure I'm going to get shit for it, but really, at this point, I really don't give a fuck.
So, the ghost woke up. Look who finally figured it out. Look who stopped pretending to be normal. Look who finally understood why every room shifts when you enter. Why conversations die mid-sentence when you appear. Why even the boldest voices lower to whispers when your name comes up. You thought it was rejection. You thought it was hatred. You thought something was wrong with you. But no, that wasn't hatred. That was recognition. That was ancient fear dressed up as modern dismissal. That was their souls screaming danger before their minds could catch up. They told you that you were too intense, too much, too dark, too complicated. But what they really meant was too powerful for their spells to touch, too aware for their illusions to stick, too real for their fake realities to contain. Every witch in a 50-mile radius felt you coming before you even decided to show up. Every manipulator suddenly found their tricks failing. Every energy vampire discovered they couldn't feed on you, and that's when the real panic started. That's when the whispers turned into warnings. That's when they realized you weren't prey, you were the predator. They never saw coming. See, they've been watching you, trying to figure out what you are, trying to categorize your energy, trying to understand why their usual tactics bounce off you like rubber bullets on steel. They threw guilt at you and you laughed. They tried shame and you shrugged. They attempted fear and you smiled wider. And that's when they knew. That's when the witches started backing away, slowly. That's when even the darkness itself had to acknowledge what you'd become. Because you don't just resist their energy, you consume it, you transform it, you send it back amplified. And they weren't ready for that level of Una reverse. You know what's funny about witches? They're used to being the ones with power. They're used to people fearing their intentions, their rituals, their little midnight ceremonies. But then you showed up. And suddenly their candles started flickering. Their mirrors started cracking. Their protection spells started failing. Not because you attacked them, no, but because your very existence is an antibody to manipulation. Your presence alone neutralizes their toxins. Your energy field is so dense with authentic power that their artificial constructs just dissolve on contact like sugar in rain. Let me tell you what really happened that day. You snapped. That day, you finally stopped trying to
I like the line like sugar and rain.
Fit in. That day, you looked at yourself in the mirror and said, enough. That wasn't a breakdown. That was an activation. That wasn't you losing control. That was you finally taking it. And every magical practitioner within sensing distance felt that shift, felt that eruption, felt the birth of something they couldn't hex, couldn't curse, couldn't contain. Because you didn't just wake up, you emerged. You didn't just change, you mutated on a frequency they can't access. They started noticing things about you. things that made them nervous, made them question their own abilities, made them realize they'd been playing with matches while you were becoming the inferno. Your thoughts started manifesting faster than their spells could work. Your intentions started overriding their carefully crafted rituals. Your mere attention on something started shifting its molecular structure, and they had no framework for that. They had no defense against someone who wasn't using magic, but had become magic itself. You walk into a room and the energy doesn't just shift, it reorganizes itself around you, like iron filings around a magnet. Like planets around a sun, like reality itself has to acknowledge your gravitational pull. The witches feel it first, that sudden drain on their borrowed power, that sudden resistance in the spiritual atmosphere, that sudden realization that they're not the apex predator in this ecosystem anymore, because you don't need rituals. You don't need candles. You don't need crystals or moon phases or ancient words. You are the ritual. You are the spell. You are the manifestation. Watch how they avoid direct eye contact now. Watch how they suddenly get busy when you approach. Watch how their confidence evaporates when you're in their vicinity. It's not coincidence, it's survival instinct, because they know what happens when someone tries to hex you. They know about the instant karma, about the amplified return, about the way their own energy turns against them like a rabid dog recognizing its true master. And that terrifies them more than any protection spell could, because you don't defend against attacks. You metabolize them. Oh, damn. Now let's talk about the moment even the darkness had to respect you. The moment when the very forces of chaos looked at what you'd become and thought maybe we should recruit instead of fight. You see, the devil doesn't tip his hat to just anyone, doesn't acknowledge mortals, doesn't show respect to ordinary souls. But you're not ordinary anymore. You're not even playing in the same dimension. And when ancient darkness meets evolved darkness, there's a recognition, a nod, a professional courtesy between forces that transcend good and evil. They sent their best manipulators after you, their most skilled energy workers, their most powerful practitioners, and watched them all come back confused, exhausted, drained, saying the same thing. It's like trying to curse a black hole. It just swallows everything and asks for seconds. You didn't fight them. You didn't engage in their spiritual warfare. You just existed so densely, so completely, so unapologetically that their attacks became nutrition for your growth. Their curses became blessings in disguise. Their attempts to break you just made you more unbreakable. The devil tips his hat not because you serve darkness, but because you've mastered it. Not because you're evil, but because you're beyond their simple categories of good and bad. You've become something they don't have a name for yet, something that makes angels nervous and demons respectful, something that exists in the space between spaces, in the frequency beyond frequencies, in the realm where power isn't taken or given, but simply is, and you simply are. And that's what terrifies them most. You know what they whisper about in their covens now, in their secret meetings, in their protected circles. They whisper about the one who can't be touched, the one whose very presence disrupts their carefully maintained spiritual ecosystem. They've tried binding spells and watched them snap like thread. They've tried banishing rituals and felt them reverse. They've tried summoning protection and realized you are the protection from them because you've become the spiritual equivalent of antimatter to their matter. the void that swallows light and dark equally. You didn't just break their spells, you broke the entire system they built their power on. You exposed the truth that most magic is just manipulation with extra steps, that most witches are just broken people trying to control what hurt them, that most spiritual warfare is just trauma wearing a mystical costume. But you transcended the game entirely. You stopped playing by rules written by people who needed rules to feel powerful, and you became the anomaly that crashes their whole program. Every protection circle they cast now has to account for you. Every spell they weave has to consider your existence. Every ritual they perform has to factor in the possibility that you might notice, and just by noticing unravel their entire working. You've become the virus in their spiritual matrix, the glitch in their
He ain't no Saint Germain, no crown, no name. He plays the game sharp as a flame. Who's to blame for the stolen fame? A shadow dance in the devil's frame. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on a stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lulz, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lulz, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Fast, can't find the ground. Echoes of chaos all around. You chose this dance, this mad parade, but not every choice gets accolades. Go in the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lulz, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. Laughing loud, all for the lulz, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole. City lights and sirens scream, truth and lies blend like a dream. Wicked smiles, a clever scheme, chasing gold in the neon gleam. Going down the rabbit hole, losing control, spinning wild on the stripper pole. Laughing loud, all for the lows, but baby, that's not my rabbit hole.
One more time for the peanut gallery. I don't give a fuck.